Welcome to the channel, YouTubers. Today we're going to be replacing some brakes, some pads, some rotors, let's see, and some wheel bearings on the front of this 2008 Dodge Avenger. But check this out. If you ever want to work on one of these cars or buy one of these, man, you got a lot of room here to work on this engine. Check this out. Between the firewall and the engine, you can fit a body down in there. So, interesting car. A lot of room here. So, had a beauty cover there, a stupid beauty cover. I took it off, pointless. It kept falling off. Other than that, runs pretty good. It's got about 140,000 miles on it. Has an oil leak, but other than that, we're gonna make it run a little bit better with some new rotors, brake pads, and wheel bearings. I'll give you a ballpark idea how to put the wheel bearings on, because you do have to unbolt these and bolt the new ones on. So let's get to it. All right, at this point we got her jacked up. We got safety jack under it, and we got the emergency brake on. First thing we're going to do is take this nut off here. This here can be a pain sometimes. And now for this, I'm going to be using my 1 1/4 inch drive. I've oiled this up. I've had this off before, so it should break loose pretty easy. If you're going to break these loose, do it on the when the wheel's on the ground, the brake bar, or just cheat and use one of these. This is an electric impact wrench. Works pretty good. Alright, so we get this off, get it out of the way. And the next thing we got to do, take these brakes off. I like to turn the wheel out a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. There you go. I think you can kind of see that. What I do for my peeps on YouTube. So we'll go ahead and get this off here. These are fairly easy to take off also. Alright, so to get these off, we're going to use a 14mm socket and break these off here. Go ahead and get the bottom one loose. There's that one. I've already got grease on it from earlier work. Always grease these because they have to slide in that caliper. It's a pin. And if they don't get grease, they will lock up and you're going to have problems with the brakes. Alright, there's that one. That one's a little stubborn. It came out. Now we'll pull our brake caliper off. We'll kind of hang this off to the side like that. And now we got to take off this guy here. This is your brake bracket. Pretty easy to get that off if you want. This is going to be an 18mm. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, all right. All right, here we go again. 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, get these off. All right, let's put it off here. All right, there's that bolt. One on the bottom here. Alright, there's that one. That one fought me a little bit, but who won? I did. And you can see we need brakes on this really bad. And now we'll go ahead and pop our rotor off here. This one's actually in good shape. The other side is shot. It's got deep grooves in it, but we're going to replace them both anyway since we got new brake pads coming. Now, if you want, you don't have to, but there are 3 bolts here on this dust shield. Go ahead and get it out of your way. It makes life a little bit easier. So let's get this out of the way. And luckily mine's not rusted up, which I'm really surprised. Can't say that about Ford or Chevrolet. Those things rust like crazy in the Northeast. Although this one's in the Northeast, it didn't do too bad. And again, it's a 2008 vehicle, so maybe they beefed up the metal a little bit. It's not made out of the Titanic metal, if you know what I mean. Some of you may get that. If you do, let me know in the comment section below what I'm talking about. Alright, so we get this out of the way here. Alright, so we get our plate out of the way. Alright, now we got to take off 4 bolts here that are holding on this wheel bearing. And these are 15 millimeter. Now, I find if you use a deep well, it doesn't work very well, so don't even try it, because you can see the problem here. It goes in an angle, it hits this boot. Same thing there. You're just going to round this off. Best thing to do is get you a little short 15 and a little extension. Put it on there just like that, and you can see that goes straight. It actually goes across the boot there, and the same thing with the bottom. See, a lot of guys struggling to get these out, but that's really all you have to do. So we'll put that there like that, and we'll go ahead and see if we can get this one loose here first. Alright, no problem. Easy peasy. Let's try the second one on the bottom here. No problem. So this is the best way to get these out like this. So let's get these out. Alright, so I pretty much got these loose now. This job, by the way, if you take this particular car, I checked locally, the garage, get the new brakes put on, new rotors on the front, and wheel bearings, $650. I'm doing it for $150 and a couple of drinks. So you choose. What would you do? Alright, so got these out. Now we're going to turn this hub and get the two on the back side out. Alright, so same thing for the bottom 2 bolts here. Use our extension. Alright, so that one broke loose. Let's see if the top one will break loose. I always make sure they all break loose before I take one of them all the way out. You ever had that feeling when you get one bolt out and the other 3 won't come out? There we go. Alright, so that one's coming out. I think you can kind of see that there. Alright. Alright, so we'll get these out. Alright, so this bottom one's making me work for it. Oh. There we go. Right. A little tip, if you have too much problem, put a little heat down here on the bottom of this hub where this bolt goes in. It will help it break loose a little bit. Alright. Hey, let me know where you're watching me from right now in the comment in the section below. I always like to find out where people are. Alright, so that one's out. And we got one on the top here. You see it? Just about out. And my friend, we are almost done here. We're getting this out. We got it made, so let's get these bolts off to the side. So we were successful all the way so far. Now we'll just take our hammer and we'll hit this and break it loose from the spindle here. May take a few minutes. And be very careful with your ABS. You don't want to hit that. Alright, I think you can kind of see it there. It's coming apart. Now, if you have a chisel, this will really help. Once it starts to coming apart, put it up here. I also picked up a little bit bigger hammer just to help it out a little bit. And you can see it's coming out. We'll just keep hitting it. This one's in there pretty good. There we go. Alright, so let's get this off of here. Alright, so how easy was that? Well, it was pretty easy, not too bad. I've done worse, but you can see this wheel bearing is locked up, and I think you can almost hear this noise. It's in horrible shape. The other side's completely locked up. So all we gotta do is clean up a little bit and put our new one on. Now, a word of caution, you can see where the ABS sensor is. If you look closely right here, you can see where part of that ABS wire goes down in there. If I can zoom in a little bit. If you want, you can go ahead and then hook this ABS wire. I may go ahead and do that because when I put the new wheel bearing in, I don't want to take a chance in hitting that. So, you know, we can probably back up a step and go ahead and say it would be safe to go ahead and pull this out just so you don't break it off, just so you know. Alright, at this point we're just waiting for the parts guy to arrive with my package today, and we'll go ahead and do the other side here. go ahead and get it prepped. That way when the parts come in, it's all done. And of course on the passenger side, this is the wheel bearing that's almost locked up, and this is why you should always check your brake pads. Check this rotor out. It's down to the metal. And wait till you see the brake pads. Obviously they're going to be down to the metal too, right? That's right. Check this out. Look at this. Yeah, that's the noise you hear. So this is why we're replacing it. So you might want to check your brakes once in a while, or don't be such a tightwad and buy $20 worth of brakes on eBay and put them on your vehicle. Alright, on my passenger side, I figured I'd just show you this anyway. I did have to take a bigger hammer. I used a smaller hammer to knock this. It just took a lot longer, but if I got a hammer like this is not a terribly heavy one. Just hit this a couple times. Comes right loose, and I did take off the ABS sensor first. And there it is, and check this out. Oh, I think you can hear it now, listen. Bad wheel bearing. Alright, so there is both of my wheel bearings, both of my rotors, and brake pads. I'm not going to show you where I bought these, but you can go on eBay and get all kind of good deals. This is not a sponsor. I paid for this for myself. Hey, you got to pay to play, right? So if you want to be a sponsor on my channel, hit me up. But nevertheless, we'll go ahead and get this on before it gets too late. And I think we're going to have a pretty good running vehicle and some good stopping distances also for the brakes. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get our wheel bearing on. I apologize, it's getting a little dark. I did unhook the sensor here so I don't break it. Let me see if I can get just a little bit better of a shot so the light will pick up. And now we'll just go ahead and slide this on like this. Kind of get it centered a little bit, best you can, and take a small hammer and maybe tap on it. And go ahead and start one of your bolts. Make sure they're going to go in okay, like this. I'll start one on this side over here. Yep, there she goes. She's going in. She's starting. Bolts are starting to go in. Good, great. That's what we want. All right, so we'll finish tightening the bottom one up here. We got one. These are 50 foot-pounds. There's one. There is number 2. Alright, 2. And we got number 3 right here in the back. Finish tightening this down. I'll torque these off camera, but for now I want to go ahead and get this on here before it gets too much darker. And there's that one. And we got one more on the top here. And our wheel bearing is in, my friends. So that wasn't too bad. Alright. There we go. So I'll go ahead and torque all this off camera here in a little bit. But other than that, all you have to do now is put in the ABS wire, put the axle nut on, and don't forget to put the plate on, because if you don't, you have to take all this back off. So I'll go ahead and stick all this on, and we'll take a quick look at the other side. But if you can take it off, you can obviously put it back together, because I know you're smart. So let me go ahead and finish up here, and we'll take it for a ride, and hopefully this will help you guys out on your 2008 Avenger. And as you see, the passenger side is done. So wow, this is really great. So all we have to do now is put the wheels on, take it for a spin, and see how she does. So let's do it. All right, everyone, we're cruising right along about 40 miles an hour. It is so much quieter. We don't have hardly any noise whatsoever. So that really helped. I know you kind of can't see, it's kind of dark out here now, but I did get the job done. So if you need to do your wheel bearings, at least on your Avenger, hey, now you know how. And she's running really good. She's quiet, if you can hear that. So if you like this video and it helps you out, or you think you might tackle this job, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully this will help you out. So just take your time at it. You can get it done. Just think, all the money you can save if you do it yourself. Alright guys, until my next video, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.